This is your boy Ty Asbury from Off the Top Rope, presented by SixPackCoverage.com. And for the first time ever, it is the double-double Sunday night sensation. And a lot of people have been saying, Ty, got it going on. Of course, I do have it going on because I'm giving you a sensation on Sunday night, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wrestling sensation Nova Phoenix is live on Off the Top Rope, double-double Sunday night. Watch it live.
The Ropes Media. Tyrod Asbury. Yeah. Tyrod Asbury. Yeah. Every chance you get to hear us, you clear us. It's the time on the radio. My opinions. Every time you hear me down, moving out, lay on the stereos. Every podcast live, you know the feeling. This is the time for me to speak. You know the healing. I'm telling the truth and everything.
It's Sunday night, and you know what's going down. This is your boy Ty Asbury live on Off the Top Rope, and tonight is the double-double Sunday night sensation because I got two episodes tonight for you. And episode number one, we're going to be starting it off Texas style. My guest, Texas wrestling, I'm going to call her legend, Nova Phoenix, is in the house. Nova, what is up tonight?
Hey guys, how are you? Not much. Just got back from Houston wrestling for PWF. So I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like I said, we've been talking about it for a couple weeks to get the show together, and I'm glad you're finally on. And just before we went on to start doing the show, working, you had a show last night, which I want to talk about more. But I guess you got the busy life going. Is that something you love to do, or you're just like, you got to do what you got to do?
No, I love having a busy lifestyle. Like, I'm not a type of person that just sits around and does nothing. So I'd rather be busy and working either real life or my actual wrestling. So I love this life I have right now.
Well, I mean, you're on top of your game. I mean, like I said, top wrestler. I mean, I'm sure you got lots coming up in your busy schedule. So, I mean, hey, life's good.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
This is actually your first time being on Off the Top Rope. How's it feel? This is like your debut episode. I got to ask you, how's it feel that the spotlight is on you tonight?
Actually, I'm really excited. I guess in a way, a little nervous too, but I hope everyone enjoys the show and gets a little bit more about me.
And speaking of your fans wanting to know about you, what do you want your fans to get from the episode tonight? I mean, you talking, and I mean, I'm sure the fans that you already have now, but getting new fans. What do you want people to know about Nova Phoenix?
A lot of my fans now technically hate me, but but I want fans to get to know me a little bit more personally. That I'm not. There's two sides of me. I think you see the ass kicker in the ring, but then on the outside, I'm a little bit different, but not too much different,
Well, I think fans would probably like in wrestling. I think fans, don't you say fans like a little bit of different? They like that you never know what's going to happen out of this character.
Yeah, be honest, I think fans nowadays love different. They want to see something different. They want to be wild.
Yeah, and I mean, I think being different is I would think is what sells, on a poster, on your shows coming up. So I think being different is something that sells. I think you're heading in the right direction.
Well, I certainly hope so. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm different. I don't look like the others. So hopefully when newer fans see this, they see me, they're like, oh, okay, she's not the typical wrestler, so.
But do you ever think about that, or you just like it and go with it because you stand out from the rest and you just take it and just score touchdowns, go with it? Like, how do you feel about it? Do you think about it, well, like on the corner of your mind, or you just say, hey, I'm a badass and I just kick ass?
To be honest, I rather be different. I don't want to be just like the rest because everyone expects the same thing. It gets boring after a while. So I rather just say, "Hey, I'm different. Let me show you how I'm different," and then stand out more. That's how I've always been.
Now, lots to talk about here on off the top rope here tonight. And one of the things I definitely want to ask you is that I think every wrestler has a different way they approach in terms of getting ready for a match, preparation, and training. Have you gained anything in like your workout, something you found new that has helped you out in terms of wrestling, or it's just like it's the same old thing, or are you pretty much, I guess I could back up and say, are you always trying to find new ways to get better in terms of workouts, or do you have a pretty just way of just getting it done?
Um, when I usually get ready for matches and stuff, I have my significant other, Dexter Hardaway. He's been helping me, showing me different ways because he's been wrestling. He just retired after a 25-year career. Uh, in July, this past July. So he's been showing me different exercises, different ways to get it mentally focused for any match that I have. So that's a big help for me, especially recently. So yeah, I go day by day, but then I'm like, okay, I gotta get this done, gotta get this done to be ready for this particular match. So how I usually do it.
Now, you said you being like 6 feet tall, you stand out from the rest. Have you ever had like a match where you're like you being so tall that you laid out on an opponent and you were like kind of like, oh shit, but you really weren't. You're saying that, but
hmm
like, have you ever had that experience where you just like leveled somebody because of your height?
I've had that a couple of times. Being as big as I am, um, it's sometimes you see like, oh, I kind of clocked her. But I was trained with men most of the time. I never trained with other girls. So I basically hit like a man. So sometimes it's like, oh, that was bad. But then I'm like, no, that's how it's supposed to be done. So yeah, I've had that a couple of times.
Now, when you has there ever been like, of course, you train in a male dominated profession, training with men. Has there for you, it may be different from other talent. Has that been any disadvantages before, or it's just like, hey, they just treat you the same? Hey, like come on in and learn this with the rest of us, them being men.
Um, when I started training, they didn't take it easy on me because I was a girl, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be treated the same way. And yeah, it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult to deal with being in a male dominant sport as professional wrestling. But it also gave me the drive to be the best I can be, the best female that can handle beating up a man, I guess you can say.
Yeah, beat them up. Yeah.
Most of the time I get a few licks in, and then I just um then I usually get knocked out afterwards. But so but it just gave me more confidence to, hey, I can stand in the ring with these guys. I can stand in the ring with anybody. So
That's like a real cool feeling that it seems like they've taken you in, not to purposely hurt you, but like to really help you, and you've really come a long way. And I think
mhm.
probably lay down at night going to sleep and just dream about beating people up. 'Cause that's who you are, Nova Phoenix, the only one, just like rolling people up. Now, there's time. It's a way of life. You keep moving forward, and life just goes on. What would
Mhm.
you say? What's the difference between the Nova Phoenix of like back in December up until the one I'm talking to right now? Because things change, wrestling. Things just keep on going and going. What would you say, like in that period? Has there been like any changes since back December?
Honestly, it's confidence. When I started wrestling, I didn't have confidence in myself. And like I was told by Jazz before, if I don't believe in myself, the fans won't believe in me either. So from basically from December until now, or way back then when I first started, you can see a drastic change in me. So I took her words and let it sink in. It's like you have to believe in yourself. So confidence is the big thing with me. So like
That
have the confidence, like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I can stand in this ring with anybody. So
damn straight. That's what you got to be. I got this. And that, as far as gaining confidence as a performer, does also gaining confidence as yourself outside the ring, does that help a lot? Where it just pretty much transforms into your wrestling resume as a wrestler. Does that help you being confident as you? But does that over to Nova Phoenix being confident as a person?
it does, because me confidence in like real life and then Nova Phoenix, it can translate into Nova too, because Nova is a part of me, and it she excludes the confidence that I have. A lot of like I'm more of a quiet type of person, so when Nova Phoenix comes out, I'm going to show you who the hell I am. Like I'm going to show all the confidence I have, just to show people that I am here to stay. So
Stay and definitely like you do kick ass, which is Phoenix does. Now we talked about on the show that there's a lot of things in my notes here I want to talk about. Now people don't know, you are a second generation wrestler. Now for people who don't know, who would that be? Let's give people a little educational lesson. Who was your father?
yeah, I'm a second generation wrestler. My father and mother actually wrestled. My father wrestled for World Class Championship Wrestling from 1986 to 2011, 2 years before he passed from cancer. My father was Ravishing Ray Evans. He's more of the reason why I wear a lot of bright colors and showcasing the brightness in me. My mother was Dominique LaRue. She's retired a couple of years ago after like a 16-year career. So I also have an uncle who've wrestled before, my father's younger brother. So I've family lineage. It's not, my father wasn't like a Free Bird or Von Erich, but he was a mainstay in Texas wrestling. Without like my father, a lot of the wrestlers here wouldn't be here today, because he paved the way for them. So
That's a big thing. I mean, you are carrying on a legacy. It's like all in the family, which is a good thing, because like your mom's name, it just flows. Like your mom's name, you said your mom's name, I was like, oh, I love it. Just like flows, and I definitely love it. Now, some wrestlers who are second generation or third generation, they'll use the last name. I mean, Charlotte Flair uses her dad's. Of course, she's a Flair. Now,
yeah.
you went a different route and not using the last name. Can you tell everybody watching live why you chose to do something different? I know you love your family, respect it, but
Yeah.
why did you try to add some different flavor into you?
Um, like you said, a lot of second and third generation wrestlers use their last names. I wanted to be different. I wanted to make my own name my way, and not live off what my father did or what my mother did. So that's honestly the reason why I want them to know me for me, not, oh, I'm just Ray Evans's daughter. Oh, I'm just Dominique's daughter, which, truth be told, a lot of second generation wrestlers get that sometimes. And I didn't want that. I want them to, I'm Nova Phoenix. Yes, I'm Ray Evans's daughter, but she's Nova Phoenix. And that's plain and simple.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the bottom line, because you said so. So
That's true.
that's a really cool story, and you're pretty much creating your own legacy and doing your own thing. And as far
Mhm.
as your own thing, you do your thing in the ring, and when you're in the ring, that means it's trouble. People are coming after you. What would you say probably as of late, if you could pick maybe two, have been two opponents that drive you absolutely crazy, but they bring the best out of you where you said, I want to face these two people again. Who are those two people that drive Nova Phoenix crazy?
Um, the two opponents that I usually, I guess you say, have problems with, that do drive me crazy sometimes, uh, is Miranda Gordy, the daughter of Terry Bam Bam Gordy. I've wrestled her plenty of times. Hell of an athlete. Always loved wrestling her, but she does drive me crazy. I never ever find a way to beat her. I've been trying. Another one is Skylar Slice out of the state of Oklahoma. Like tremendous athlete. She's more my size, so when I got to step in the ring with her, it's like, okay, this is different. But she's another one that gets me a little bit of trouble. But it's I'll get her one day. I'll get her one day.
Like when you have somebody like who's also maybe like as tall as same height as you, 6 feet or 6'1", is that match, can it be chaotic, or is just like just being the same height, just kick the crap out of each other? Can that be can it be an advantage or a disadvantage?
Someone wrestling someone like Skylar Slice, her sister Kalista, who's just as tall as I am. We usually it ends up being the same way, you just kick the crap out of each other and see who usually wins. But it's makes me think out of the box, because I can't just throw them around, so I'm having to use my head a lot more. Okay, how do I get her down? So yeah, that's more of a challenge for me, but I'm excited for different challenges in front of me.
Now, when you look at wrestling today, we know wrestling, there's this era, that era, or there's so many eras of wrestling. Now, you're part of the women's evolution of wrestling, which is booming. I mean, women are main eventing, and it's just really, really a cool thing. How would you describe today's era of wrestling, like all around?
Today's wrestling is showcasing what women already could have done. We women have done it for years. It's just finally people are finally starting to take notice. So this era is more of, like you said, the boom of women's wrestling. Like, okay, we've been here, we've done this for so many years. Now let's just take over and just show everybody. Like, you have women, like you said, main eventing, taking on guys, winning their championships. I like this era. It's like more shows younger girls and younger generation, the next generations, hey, y'all can do this too. Y'all can stand in the ring with these guys or main event anything that you want. There's no one going to say you can't do it because you're a girl, So that's what I love about this era of wrestling.
Yeah, like I said, to all the female talent out there, there's some really talented ladies today, including yourself, and they're doing marvelous, marvelous things in the ring. Now, have you ever, I got to ask this all the time to all my guests.
Okay.
Has there ever been a move that you've been like really itching to try, or that you haven't, or they're like, maybe you talk to Jazz or something that, hey Jazz, what do you think about this? Is there a move that you're really dying to try, but you're like, damn, I don't know, like, or how the outcome would be?
Honestly, it'll sound weird, but I've been dying, like literally dying to try moonsaults off the top rope.
I was thinking about that for you. I was like, I wonder if she got my ass.
Yeah. I've always, like, I could see myself doing it. It's just getting me to do it, like I've practiced training it, doing it for like for a couple of months, and I finally did one by myself. And then like next day screwed it all up. So I would say moonsaults. I'm going to get it one day. I'll get it.
What's going to happen? And then, like, when you do that, you got to let everybody know, including me, everybody watching the show tonight. Definitely let us know where the link is on social media, because I think it's going to turn out right, and it's going to be badass. And I feel bad for the person receiving, the aftermath of that. So
Yeah.
now, Nova, of course, Texas, real big in wrestling, just
Hmm.
since day one. Now, you got a lot of promotions that you're currently wrestling for, that have wrestled for. I'm gonna throw a couple out there, and
Hmm.
just when I say these promotions, first word that comes to mind when I bring these out to you. Now, you got DFW, All Pro. Like, what was your experience like with them? Like, just like a positive note, what would you say about them that really caught your eye when you competed for them?
Uh, I always loved working for DFW All Pro. They gave me one of my first chances in pro wrestling when a lot of promoters wouldn't. So they honestly took a chance on me, and I am forever grateful to them. The owner is Lou Gotti Starrett, uh, and others, and I'm just grateful. And they always have amazing shows. They have amazing talent. And I recommend anybody who's watching in the DFW area that has not been to one of their shows, please go to one of their shows. You will enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely like how I would pretty much say it seems like there's more. It's convenience today that you can network in wrestling. How it was back then. Do you see that more today? Maybe it's more you can network more in wrestling today.
Yes, I can definitely see that more. I'm sure back in the day it was a lot harder because, like, when my dad was wrestling, he had to send like VHS tapes
Old
to
school.
different people.
Yeah, yeah,
So nowadays it's a lot easier to get a hold of different organizations, especially like through social media, email, and all that. So I would take advantage of, like, any other wrestlers take advantage of that, because it'll lead you somewhere good. It might get a couple of no's, couple of yeses, but don't stop bugging these promotions. You're gonna work for them that bad, you bug them until they say yes.
like one thing I'm saying yes to. This is a yes episode of Off the Top Rope that you should be saying yes to myself that I'm watching because of my live guest tonight, Nova Phoenix, who of course is 6 feet tall of total destruction, and she
Yeah.
tears it up in the ring. So she is live here on Off the Top Rope, presented by sixpackcoverage.com, of course. Now, I want to bring something up. I got to bring you a clip because you talked
Okay.
about it, and I'm sure it was. I saw this on your Twitter page, so I want to bring this up because you had a match pretty much it was yesterday. You had a match.
Yes.
So everybody wants to know how did the match, how did it play out? I mean, how was the fans? Just pretty much go all out. Like how was this kick ass match you had last night?
Uh, Actually, with this match, it turned into a triple threat match. We had a AAA, a luchador come in. Her last name is Planta. If I said it wrong, I'm completely sorry. She is the sister to Psycho Clown. So when she was brought in, so it turned into triple threat. It was a killer match. Two tough opponents that I've ever had. I've known Claudia Solis for a long time. She wrestled with my mom when she first started wrestling. So it was good to see her, but then good to show that Dominique's little daughter has grown up and is ready to step in the ring with her. So it was fun. PWF was amazing. The fans were nuts. Oh yeah, they were rocking. So I would recommend anybody in the Houston area to check out PWF, Livewire, or any other shows in Houston for some great Texas wrestling, because y'all will not be disappointed.
And we're all wrestling fans. I mean, who doesn't love but some good ass wrestling? Definitely. Texas. I've been dying to get down to Texas to watch some good wrestling and try some food. Cause I'm greedy. I'm a greedy ass. I like try some food. But one day I'm gonna make my butt way down to Texas and I'll check out
Yeah.
some wrestling action. In one day is definitely going to happen. I everybody watching live. If you want to ask Nova some questions in the comment section, just give her, ask her a question, just say hi, whatever, ask her for advice, but just kick out some comment section here in the comment box here on Off the Top Rope. Now, I got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I got to put you on the spot, Nova. I do this to all my guests. So
Okay.
this segment I call Damn Ty, That Is Good. Ready for the
Mm-hmm.
question?
Yeah.
So the question is, create your own Texas kind of match. Never been done before. You can create like a Texas match, never been done.
Mm-hmm.
And the part follows who would be your opponent.
Well, let's see. Never been done before. Wow. That's hard because a lot of Texas style wrestling matches have been done. Honestly, like for me, I love the old schooler matches, like the
Yeah.
Texas bull rope match, steel cage match. So I think if we're gonna go Texas style, I think we got to do a Texas bull rope match.
Oh,
Stay here.
I'm
Um,
all
uh, I think my opponent, it would have to be actually an actual opponent. Actually wrestled quite a few times. Always had amazing matches with her. That's Miss Rache Chanel from AEW Dark. Me and her always have killer matches, and I always loved wrestling her. So I think I would pick her over everybody because she brings out the best in me, and I bring out the best in her. So I think me versus Miss Chanel, Miss Bougie herself, in a Texas bull rope match. She might be glamorous and bougie, but don't let that fool you. Because trust me when I say she has forearms to face that will set people straight.
I'm like, oh damn.
Oh, trust me, my jaw feels it a couple of times. Let me tell you.
Now, Nova, before we end this awesome episode of Off the Top Rope on this double sensation Sunday night for the special evening for the show. Now, moving ahead,
Mm-hmm.
what's one wrestling goal that's poking you that you want to do? Titles, somewhere, a promotion you want to go to? Like, what's one goal that you want to achieve? And I think you will achieve, but everybody wants to know.
I think my next goals in wrestling is to go to the next level. Like,
Absolutely.
do the AEW Darks, AEW Elevation, or go and challenge some of the higher shows like Game Changer Wrestling, Prestige Wrestling in the West Coast, a lot of the bigger shows with the bigger names, so I can test my skills against the better wrestlers. Because I'm not the best wrestler in the world. I'll admit that, but I will always learn and face someone better than me that makes me step up my game. And that's what I want. I want to face wrestlers who are better than me that makes me step up my game. And that's all I ever wanted.
I can tell by the tone that you're really confident, and that's what I'm proud that like you said, you've gained that confidence over time. And hey, just keep kicking ass, girl. I mean, you're there, and it's just going to keep getting better and
Mm-hmm.
better and better and harder for your opponents. The more you get pissed off, and the greater you'll be.
Yeah, it's true.
So everybody wants to know, Nova. I want to know too. What's up
Mm-hmm.
next for you? So who's the, I feel bad, opponent that's going to be getting beat up next by you? What's up next for you? And tour dates, any projects? Let everybody know here on the ropes. What's up next for the Kick-Ass Machine, Nova Phoenix?
This Saturday, I'm actually heading to Oklahoma City for the Ladies Night Out 8-woman tournament to crown the homecoming queen for UWO, based out of Oklahoma City. And then February 25th, I'm heading back to around Texas City area for Vixen's Wrestling Revolution. I don't know who I'm wrestling yet, but all I can say is I really hope they're up for the challenge because I know I am.
Vixens, I know, is a really good promotion for for it, that promotion is definitely doing
Yes.
really good things. I've had a couple of talent from there on the show, and everybody
Hmm.
definitely check out Vixens Wrestling because they're doing really big things. And you going there? Whoo! But like I said, I'm sure everybody's taking notes and where you're going to be next. But most importantly, the biggest question of all is from 1 to 10, would you ever come back to the show again?
Oh, hell yeah. Give that 11. I'll give it 11 up to 20.
You have the 20, so I'll definitely take that. I'll definitely take that. But Nova, most importantly, good luck with what you're doing. Moving forward. God bless. Be healthy and be safe, and keep kicking ass and keep doing what you're doing and win as many titles as you can.
Thank you so much. I definitely will do that.
This is your boy Ty Asbury. You've just watched a sensational episode of Off the Top Rope. I'm gonna say it. She's a Texas wrestling legend. Nova Phoenix was my guest here on Off the Top Rope for this Sunday night. I'm Ty Asbury. Have a great night. And come up a little bit later on. There's more Off the Top Rope. Nova, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. I'll see everybody soon.
Peace out. Thanks a lot.
The Ropes Media. Tyrone Asbury. Yeah. Tyrone Asbury. Yeah. Every chance you get to hear us, some clips. It's the time on the radio. My opinion. Every time you hear me down moving out, later on the stereos. Every podcast live, you know the feeling. This is the time for me to speak. You know the healing. I'm telling the truth and everything I say in this moment. But my time, I guarantee, never